4. If 64 is b cubed, b must equal 4. So then I'm just following the formula down there and plugging in x for a plus b for 4, x squared in this part.
Do you have to memorize these formulas or something? Or?
I would. I'll show you a way that you don't have to memorize them, but not till next week. This Friday you have to memorize them.
We can memorize?
Yes, you can memorize, and it won't be that much to memorize either. Now, since it's minus a times b is my next step, a was x, b was 4, so that's where I got the minus 4x.
What do you mean a
The
was
sixth,
x?
pardon?
What do you mean a was x? Where did you get?
Okay, in this pattern here, a cubed minus b cubed.
Okay, there's no x there.
No, but there is over here.
Is x
When I'm going to the x cubed plus 64, my a from that pattern is x, my b from that pattern is 4.
Wouldn't it be?
So my minus ab is minus 4x, my b squared is 16.
Okay, why is it x? Because when you do a parabola, a is always like, even if it's like no number in front of an x, it's always 1.
That's a good point. We're using a and b differently now. I should have said that. We're using a and b differently from parabolas for this. I probably should have used m and n or something, but most books use a and b.
So you're saying you multiply 4 times negative, or 4 times 4, and that's how you get 16?
Yes. The 16 is this b squared.
Alright.
Okay?
So how come it's minus 4x because your b is 4?
Because that's this pattern, and if you don't believe me, you can redistribute this. You can work this out and see if you get a cubed plus b cubed. And I'll show you another way to find out where this pattern comes from next week. Okay, for this week, memorize it.
That's great.
For next week, I'll show you why. I know you're thrilled about that. Okay, here's another one that's a little bit harder. Okay, you ready? 8x cubed minus, running out of perfect cubes that I know. No, wait, that might be a common factor. Hang on.
24? No.
Oh, no. Okay, this will work. That's an easy one. 8x cubed minus 27. Now, your first question is, are either of these perfect cubes? And remember, and I should have said this sooner, perfect cube means, is there anything you can multiply by itself 3 times and get 8x cubed or 27?
Oh, just 3 times?
2x, 3 times, yeah. Sarah thinks the a in this case, remember I'm using a differently from parabolas, is 2x because 2x times 2x times 2x would get me 8x cubed.
And
Is
what
she
about
correct?
Yes.
What's
Yes.
7 times 3? I mean, 7 plus 7 plus 7 equals...
We're not doing plus, remember when it's cubes it's multiplied.
I meant times. 3 times 3 times 3.
Yeah, 27 is 3 times 3 times 3.
I know.
So the b is 3.
That's what I was first...
Yes, I do, but in this... Okay, Claire just brought up a great point. Negative 27 should be negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3. Okay?
But then that...
But in this case, we're just trying to figure out how to plug it into this formula over here, Claire. So we're going to use it as if it were positive. We're going to get to that soon. Okay? But for now, we're just going to say that b is positive 3 because we're plugging it into a formula that already has a minus b cubed into it. But you are correct. Negative 3 times itself 3 times is negative 27. Keep remembering that. All right, so now this breaks down to 2x minus 3 times. Okay, a is 2x. What is my a squared?
Why are you doing that?
Pardon? Close. A squared, I have to square everything here.
4 squared.
Yeah, that's right. 2 squared x squared. And what is 2 squared?
4.
4.
Yeah, so it's 4x squared because this is 2x times 2x. This is my 2x squared.
And you use the b.
Would it be plus 3? Minus 3?
Well, no, now it's going to be, okay, for this formula it's plus ab, and a times b,
6x.
6x.
6x, good, good, plus b squared,
9.
9. So my advice to you for these is identify a and b carefully,
So,
both as positive, and then plug it into this equation, just plug it into the factoring pattern, and next week you get some practice. No, this is less fun to spot. Okay?
Why are we even
That's the
doing
part
that?
I formula.
Oh, it comes in. You guys are going to learn how to graph polynomials. Hang on a sec. You guys are going to learn whether you want to or not. You guys are going to be graded, let me put it this way, on your ability to graph polynomials like we just did parabolas. And the first thing you got to learn is factoring. This is just like reverse foiling was. Yes?
That's the 4x squared plus 6x, because mine is a quadratic.
Yes, this is now a quadratic, but once again, this is irreducible. You can't factor this further.
Yeah, well, you can graph it from there.
You can graph it from here, yes, but we're not going to ask you to graph this part. We're going to ask you to graph the whole thing, but not for a couple weeks.
That's
I
great.
think it's not taking a test is just a project.
Okay. Now, these are a couple examples. Let me give you guys some trick questions that might be a little bit harder to spot.
Lovely.
Woohoo! Well, you know, I like picking on kids. Okay.
Is
2x cubed minus
this
54.
still the difference of squares?
Is it?
Yeah.
Is there anything you can multiply by itself 3 times to get 2x cubed?
No.
Is there anything you multiply by itself 3 times to get 54?
No.
No. Okay. Pardon?
Is it the GCF?
What common factor do they both have, Eliza?
2.
Okay, 2. And then what's left?
X cubed and
No, would it be x
Yeah.
squared?
No.
Oh, no, no, man.
and 27.
Okay, excellent. Now that I've factored out a GCF, is x cubed a perfect cube
Yes.
and is 27 a perfect
Did
cube?
it.
Yeah, we just did it over there. So now after we pull out the GCF, we're left with difference of cubes.
So it's x plus 3. X
It's
squared plus 3.
slow down, cowgirl. So my A is going to be x, and my B is going to be 3.
That we can't see you on this.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so now I bring the 2 along, and then the x cubed minus 27 factors to x minus 3 times x squared plus 3x plus 9. 3 times x gives me my middle term, 3 squared gives me my last term. Okay? And I'll give you one last one that I'll tell you in advance is a trick question. This is, okay, 2x cubed minus 18x. Is there anything that multiplies by itself 3 times nicely and neatly to get me 2x cubed or 18x?
No, but 2
No.
answer.
So what's the greatest common factor of these two terms, though?
2x.
2x, good. So I got the 2x, and then I'm left with what here?
X squared.
Take the 2 out as well. X squared minus 9. Okay. Does x squared minus 9 fit a different factoring pattern?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, this is difference of squares, so my final answer would be 2x times x plus 3 times x minus 3, as Amanda remembered earlier. Okay? And again, for now, this seems like a bit of a random exercise in moving numbers and letters around, but starting a little bit tomorrow and a lot next week, you'll start learning how this relates to actually starting with something like this and making a very odd-looking graph. Okay? You'll have some calculator help on that, so next week definitely you'll need your TID3 graphing calculators or similar. Yes? Yes. The homework tonight is...
Can I turn this off?
Yes.
How? Do I press the red button?
That's the big red